Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Good, good. Thank you very much for coming to my session. Appreciate that. So let's start. I have a lot to talk. So today we'll focus on the demos. I think you guys like the demos, right, in the production. So we'll introduce how our innovations, how do we try to implementing AI into localization production. So we did a lot of case studies. We work with many customers to implement AI into production. So I want to show you a lot of demos. Most of the demos are less than 1 minute, so it'll be very quick, but I want to cover a lot of topics. I will also try to save some time for Q&A. Let's start. So first of all, introducing myself. I'm originally come from China, but I had been working in USA for almost 30 years. I had a Microsoft experience for more than 20 years, and I also worked in Amazon before. So in Microsoft, I was leading the Bing localization team. In AWS, Amazon was leading the AWS and data center localization team. Now I'm proudly working for a company called Scientific. Scientific is a combination of an AI and localization company. We have been doing localization for more than 20 years. We have been doing AI for a long, long time, long before ChatGPT, because we are providing the AI services to the large AI modules you're using every day. So we are one of the biggest AI supplier in the company. So it's a perfect combination between an AI localization. So it's my quick background. So today we're talking about quality, right? We won't show how AI does the translation machine, but let's talk about the AI can do something else we couldn't do. So since I'm a Chinese, I did researches. So what means a good good translation quality, right? From very old statement. The first thing, we need to be accurate. And the secondly, we need to be fluent. And the third one I called, your translation have to be beautiful, right? To do that, in the past, we had to work so difficult by using human to do that. We create a style guide for every translation. We created terminologies, right? We check the consistencies. We did the translation memory, all those. So a lot of human work. And sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. So let's say how AI can help a little bit. So my first demo will be very easy. From the very beginning, when we get the source content, right, how do we start? We usually had a PM to review the source content. Look at the grammar issues and the typos, look at the, identify the style guide, identify the tone and all the terminologies, term mining. So we created a little program called AI. So this is the source content. I just copied from the wiki website. It's talking about we landed on the moon. I add a little bit of test content. So first thing we need to do is we call AI. So AI automatically do the analyzing. We train the AI, by the way. Tell them what means the analyzing for this. The AI give a very quick summary, and also give the content categories, detect the languages, work on. Those are easy, right? And then we ask the AI to determine the style of this content, right? And we also train it what means the writing style for this particular domain, for this content. We also detect the terminologies. We ask the AI go beyond the document, not only around from the document, beyond the document, give the translation. We also ask the AI to detect a lot of other stuff. I put the test data in there, some dirty words and some, and also we ask AI to detect the difficult sentences, and also to create SEO words, and also detect the difficult ones, so usually the country names and people names. So AI can do all those. And of course, the AI has been trained. I will talk about the training the data. How can we create this content? So this quickly, we always say garbage in, garbage out, right? So we use AI to make sure the source content are improved before we send it to the localization pipeline. That's the first demo. And the second one is sometimes we got very important content from the customer. That's like localizing that, but be sure you understand you can customize some formats. You can customize some data. Also, some customers said, we don't want to include any private information from my content. Can you please replace them? So what we did, usually we use a human to do the review, to detect if any personal information, company information, data center locations. So this time we create a little program, we automatically detect the private content in there. So this is my personal information. Don't look at it, don't take pictures. So So, so including my address, my credit card number, and the stuff. So in the past, we tried so hard to create the expressions, code. The format of the phone number is this. It's a 4 and 6 or 7. We also detect the credit card. But using AI can automatically identify the tactile information to make sure you understand what you're localizing before you send it to the localization team. So after this, we can easily replace those segments with the placeholders. We can also easily customize with local formats. You don't need a social security number for another language, so we can identify what are they, what kind of a sample code we can put in there. So this is a very good one. Most of the customers are interested in using this. How did you do the QA before? You translate the 10,000 words in the past. How did you do? You send the whole 10,000 words to the reviewer, or you did the sampling, you send 1,000 words because it's a 1 hour read to the reviewer to review, right? And then you do the arguments between the reviewing team and the translation team. So my next demo, before I do that, I want to give a very quick Chinese class to you because relate to the demo. So this, number 1, right? So this is number 2. That's a difficult one is 3, right? It's number 3. So we talk about the days. So Chinese calendar start with Monday. So 1 is Monday, 2 is Tuesday, 3rd is Wednesday. Okay, let's say this. So we create a project. And it's from English source to the Chinese target language. The Mandarin is the target language. The project is created. And we add the localization file, which has to be translated by machine or recycling. It's purely just a simple translation file. Remember, so the first segment is today is Monday. And the translation is 1, is Monday, it's correct. The second one is a Tuesday. Unfortunately, the translation is 3, is wrong. The third one is Tuesday, and the translation is Tuesday. So let's do the QA. So what do we do this? We use our trained AI module for this. I choose the module. I choose the feature. We give a score for each AI translation. So it's checking. After checking is done, you can say the first one is right. So the AI gives a 100% score. The second one is wrong. AI gives a 0 because the translation is totally wrong. It's not only a typo, it's wrong. The third one is Tuesday is correct. But AI gives a 67 because there's a typo in the English source. And this one is wrong, because I'm missing the placeholder. And this one is mainly correct, but it's so difficult. There are a lot of terminologies, a lot of grammars in there. That's why I give a 94. So look at the first 3, right? How did you detect it in the past when you're using the human translation? It happens a lot because we're using fuzzy matching from our translation memory. Our fuzzy matching means usually we take 85% similar translation, totally recycle. You depends on human to manually, I review this, right? Monday, 1, 2, 3 in Chinese are very similar. It's easily to miss. That's why, that kind of a problem's never been caught by the traditional automation. That's why AI can easily not only caught the problem, but AI can give a very good description and give a score how that works, right? Can give you a very detailed. Say, the sample is very good. We keep using this. However, it's very complicated. We did a lot of researches. We also put a lot of training data. Let's talk about that. So another case is consistent check. So when I learned English, when I come to US many years ago, I learned English. I tried to learn. I'm still trying to improve my English, right? But the first thing I learned, I was very rude in the speaking, right? I said, when developer said, can you check in code? I'm so busy, leave me alone. That's usually I said. Now I'm much better. I said, I'm so busy, could you please leave me alone, right? So, but the translation, how can we do that? So we always have such a problem to check the consistencies with your tonal style. Let's do this. The same thing, we create another AI tool. So the first source is please go, and the translation is get lost. And the second one, I'm sorry, we're closed. And this is sorry, we're closed. And the third one is the same thing, but it's very straight, closed, go away. So after the translation review, AI put a column. The first one is inconsistency. The second one is consistent. The third one. AI can automatically detect within the segment, are you using the same style, same tone as the English? We trained it a lot. We tried so hard to make it happening, but you can tell, right? For me, if I'm not a professional translator, it's sometimes very difficult, especially for the long, difficult segments. It's not very straightforward. These sentences samples are very straightforward, but if you're not familiar with the language, familiar with the translation style, you cannot understand that. And also, we can train the AI for the particular project. We can tell for use this project, you can use this style, this tone, or for your language, for the target language, into Japanese, you need to be more applied for this segment or this article. So we can train, we can ask AI to automatically adjust and detect the differences between these. So another thing is, in the past, the first thing when we do localization, we really want to make sure we don't say something stupid, right? We don't screw up. We don't put dirty words. We don't put emotional translation. Because a human, right, is always emotional. We put something else in there. We want to make sure. So what we did, we maintained a large list, a big list. I call it a blacklist. We put all the dirty words, offensive words in there. We use a program to detect them. That was years ago. But unfortunately, in some sentences, there's no dirty words. So those sentences, there's no word in there dirty or offensive. It just say, everything is just regular words, right? It says, I'm the smartest man in the world. So we ask the AI to review this. So we choose the AI. We choose the module we trained, one module, and we choose the AI feature we developed. So AI automatically gives this all AI created automatically. So first thing I said I will kill him, and AI said it's all very offensive. And the second sample said he's not good-looking person. Yeah, it's also considered as very offensive. And the third one said smartest, and AI said no, you shouldn't say that. So this is how AI can do the work. The traditional localizations could never been done, because AI not only reading the blacklist, but also reading the context of this content, reading the whole segments or article, provided the feedback. What's inappropriate, what's appropriate. So we demonstrated a few features already, right? So the behind the scenes, it's the model, right? We have the general AI model, general large language models, including the OpenAI, including Google and the Facebook. Those are the general models. But from the general model, how can you create a domain-specific module? If I want to create a music AI, so what do we do, right? You create a domain-specific module based on the large language model. This is called the second box, the big box is AI localization domain-specific module, which including the module training, the data collection, fine-tuning, prompt engineering, all other things. And then we create a platform. The AI needs to go through the loop. So, the people, the human justification, the human pulse editing, and all other things go back to there. And then we create the features. That's called AI localization domain-specific module. It's not, you can still use the generated model. You can still ask ChatGPT to generate the translation. You can still put in the box, but it's not domain-specific module. You're using the feature of the translation from ChatGPT. You're not creating your own domain-specific, localization-specific module for your project, for your company. And then the next ones, we need to still work with the current TMS and with the current workflow, right? In the past 20, 30 years, we have been building TMS systems. We have our workflow. We have a translation memory terminologies. AI cannot totally replace them yet. So we're still trying to plug in the AI into the current process. The demo you have seen, you can see, we're still trying to work together with the current systems, TMS. We're adding the features which current localization systems couldn't have. So that's why we're trying to do this. So the next slide shows how did we make localization domain-specific AI. So the two things. One, the first thing, What means the domain-specific AI is the data, right? We collect what kind of data? In the past, the traditional translation system, we collect mostly two data. One is the translation memory. We save them, we make sure they have a golden memory and silver memory. The second line, we collect the terminologies, we create these, and then you can make your TMS. But for AI localization system, we create everything. We collect your style guide, we collect the bugs you created, we posted by people, the feedback, all the other things, a lot of geopolitical issues and the requirements, put a lot of data in there. And we use those data to train the module, to fine-tune the module, to create, it's a very domain-specific requirements. That's the second box of work to create is the domain-specific AI. And then we create AI. The good thing is, it's pretty much working. We have been doing this with many clients and customers, different projects, different categories of content. So that's pretty good. Since we still have little time, I want to show some additional demos. So this is multimedia, right? There are a lot of multimedia projects. You put a text, you like AI to pronounce it. That's working, right? But what's missing is we are doing a little bit differently. The blue box are the general, the voice-over AI modules. Use the text, and you put into one of the famous voice-over modules. But we're adding the blue boxes, which is a large language model. We just talk about the domain-specific module for languages. So we're using this. One example is, when we have a translation, do we put into the voice-over AI directly? No. What do we do is we're analyzing the tone, the style, the emotions in there. Also, we create the list of the pronunciations. My name is Wei, so it's very difficult for other languages to pronounce. My family name is Zhang. Zhang is one of the most popular family name. According to Wiki, there's more than 100 million people have the same family name as me. But you can pronounce it. Even you're a Chinese translator, you're Chinese translator, you're fine. You're a Japanese translator, English translator, you cannot pronounce this correctly. So what we do, we use AI to automatically add the pronunciation into the document, so which the AI software can read to pronounce it. So we create a pronunciation list. And we also add a break, a stop, and other things into the XML file, which is the middle file between the text to the pronunciation. So the large language model can dramatically improve the quality. Give you a very quick video. Let's hear the differences.
Training AI to elegantly overcome real-world.
The voice. Try it again? Okay.
Training AI to elegantly overcome real-world challenges has become the critical factor in growing physical businesses and optimizing human touch solutions in an increasingly digital world.
With the right hypothesis, you could elevate customer experiences, increase understanding of our operations, and accelerate long-term growth.
What if there was a place you could go? A testing studio customized for you. Backed by bleeding-edge IP. And teams of experts across endless disciplines, with a unified goal of proving out your ideas.
Training your AI models, thoroughly testing solutions, prior to scaling and field testing.
And much more, in a predictable, measurable, risk-free environment. All in one place. All in no more than 12 weeks.
You can see the differences, right? The human voice is we use the very raw AI module, the traditional module, to do the voiceover. You can hear very robust. And then we use the latest module. You can still hear a little bit different. And then we use our, as I mentioned, the large language model plug-in. You can see very smooth. And then we use the very latest technology. We clone the sound. It sounds very natural. That's how we are using the AI voices. There's no human voice in this demo. Everything is created by AI, but you can still feel the differences. So this is another example. When we do the translation, right? So we give with the instructions sometimes to the translators. Translators have to read it. If translator didn't read it, it's different. Now we're using AI to do the translation. We ask AI to read the instructions given by developers or PMs. AI can create a much better translation, not only based on the source, but also based on the instruction column. So those are a few examples. We translated the home. Usually by default, the first option is a family, right? But AI can understand this is a homepage. This content is top of website. It's supposed to be the homepage. And the same thing for a mouse, right? It's not talking about, it's a technology that talks about the mice, the mouse, for your computer. That's a few examples we do. Another one is for the subtitling, right? For the subtitling, sometimes the biggest challenge is, for the voiceover, we need to calculate how fast you can pronounce it for different languages. When you do the translation, so you cannot calculate it by humans. So we use AI to automatically calculate. For this sentence, you have to pronounce with 15 seconds. However, the translation is too long. We use AI to automatically shrink the translation to fit into the 15 seconds, but not hurting the meaning of the translation. That's another example we do. So, we are right on time. I want to leave a couple minutes for this. I know you have a lot of questions. So those are our contacts. Feel free to link with us. I will be more than happy to discuss the technologies with you. Thank you so much.